Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we're gonna have a look at the Canon 200D. I purchased this just last week, and I'm actually using the Canon 80D. And if you guys recall earlier, I used to do that dual camera setup where I had the Canon 70D and the 80D, but my Canon 70D broke. So I just got this Canon 200D. I'll let you know, is this a good choice? Because the good thing with this one is that it has the same sensor that the Canon 80D has, but in terms of cost, it costs almost half of the Canon 80D. So guys, this is the body of the Canon 200D, and you'll get it like this, and you might also get some lenses with it. This is the 18 to 55 mm kit lens. This is the old lens, guys, that I had. This is not the new one. The new one comes with the STM motor. And again, as it's a DSLR, you can put any lens. This is a 40 mm STM lens. For example, even big lenses like this, the Sigma 18 to 55, which we'll put and test. But let me actually first very quickly show you the body. I won't go in depth. This is the lens cap. We'll remove and put the lens, and it says 200D, and in India and other regions it's 200D, but in US it's known as the Canon SL2. And one thing to note is that this is a very lighter DSLR compared to other Canon DSLRs, and you have a flip screen. The good thing is that you can tilt it, and it's also a fully touch screen. And the thing that I really like about this camera is actually the sensor on this one is actually the same one that we find on the Canon 80D, and it supports dual pixel autofocusing, which is actually excellent for video work because it auto tracks the movement, so you don't have to worry. And that's the main reason I like these cameras, and I was using the Canon 80D earlier. So I've just put the stock lens, and this is how it looks with this. And even with this 18 to 55 mm lens, it's still pretty light to hold. And you have the mode dials over here. They have a nice feel to it when you move around. I'm just keeping it on auto, and we also have a ring over here, and this is actually metallic, as you can see. And we also have the ISO and display buttons, and this on off, and a dedicated mode for the video. Let me just switch it on. This is when you switch it on like this. This gives you an idea that we are in the auto, intelligent mode, or whatever mode. If you change here, it shows you. Pretty easy to work if you don't know how to use a DSLR. Also, the menus are pretty easy, but I generally use it in the manual mode, and this is the video mode, and this is how it works. And I've kept it in auto mode as of now, so automatically it's adjusting the aperture and even the ISO. And you'll notice one thing over here is that if I click here, I can easily actually move the focus. So with the touch screen, we can easily actually move the focus, and you get that if you want. It works actually very well with human faces. That's the reason that I really like this. And the touchscreen is very responsive. Again, you can go to the menu and set all the settings. And if you go into the manual mode, we are in the video, you can set stuff like ISO, etc., other things, the aperture, obviously, and even the white balance and auto white balance I've kept. There are other modes. One thing I miss is that it doesn't have an option of Kelvin, but again, I'm just going in advanced topics. Most of you who are getting this camera might be using it in the full auto mode, even for video. So this is the full auto mode in the video. And let me actually do one thing. Let me actually show you some sample shots. But before that, let me also show you the battery bay. The battery bay is over here, and your micro SD card also, you have to put it in this. So that is one thing you have to note. Now let me actually show you actual sample shots shot with this Canon 200D. So guys, I'm recording this video with the Canon 200D with the stock lens that you get, that is the 18 to 55. This is also known as the kit lens that you would get in the box, and I feel this is a good starter lens, and it's also image stabilized. But again, I'm just going to walk, and I'll just move out so that you can have an idea how is the exposure. And by the way, guys, again, I feel it's not very wide for vlogging. It's at the widest, that is 18, and you can zoom in up to 55. But again, for vlogging, I feel you need a wide angle lens. But again, yeah, this is what you get. And the audio that you're hearing is also via its internal microphone. And I'm just walking, but again, I don't think so it's a very good idea to walk around with this lens. Yes, it's image stabilized, but yeah, Again, you do get slight background blur even with this lens, but again, the aperture is not very wide. If you want that very high bokeh, then you might have to invest in different lenses. But yeah, this is the footage with the stock lens that you'll get, that is the 18-55 with the Canon 200D in outdoor situations. So guys, that was the audio with the built-in microphone, and I have this one also. This is a Rode Micro. This is a very cheap microphone that you can plug in, because this 200D accepts external microphones. So we'll just plug in this one and see if it improves the audio. So now have mounted the Rode microphone. It's a basic microphone, guys, not very high-end, and it's not even powered, but again, this should actually cut down if there is any wind noise, because it has this on that. I'm sorry, I'm just disturbing the mic. It's going to make some noise, but yeah. Do you see a difference in the audio terms of audio with this simple setup? The thing is that this microphone is actually pretty affordable. I don't recall I purchased it last year for just about 5,000 rupees. But you guys let me know, does it make any difference if you use this one, or even the internal microphone is good enough? There is a little bit of wind now, so you should hopefully do let me know in the comment section. So guys, now I have mounted the Sigma 18-35 lens, and trust me guys, it's not a good idea to vlog and use it on this one, because it's very heavy lens. My hand is just, and the mini tripod has just bent. So yeah, this is what effect you can get with a professional lens. Again, this goes only at 18 and zooms into 35 if you want like this, but this is the 18. And again, for vlogging, I feel you need a wide angle lens, ideally the Canon 10-18. I might order that, and I'm also using a microphone with this. So the good thing is that this one actually has that microphone input, so you can actually plug in a lavalier mic. I'm actually using a wireless one. You don't have to do it if you're on a tight budget. You can get cheap lavalier mics for under rupees 1,000. Again, I had posted a video about it about a year ago. I'll leave the link if you guys want, but this is the footage that you can get if you mount an expensive lens like this Sigma 18-35. Again, the advantage of this lens is not in outdoor conditions. Here we have a lot of light. I'll also try to shoot a sample video indoors. There these expensive lenses actually help, because they work a lot better in low lighting. So guys, shooting this sample in indoor lighting conditions, again, this is with the stock lens, that is the 18-55 mm, and I'm just going to move around in the house because this is pretty low lighting, to see how well this kit lens does. As you can see, it's having a little bit of trouble in exposure. This way, if the light is coming from this side, it's fine, but if I go against the light, as you can see, it's not doing a great job. And the audio is via its internal microphone, so you can judge how is the audio. Now what I'll do is I'll just mount the Sigma 18-35, because that has an aperture of f1.8, and let's see if it improves the things. And guys, just want to make it very clear, I'm shooting all this video in the auto mode. I'm not going into the manual mode. Now what I've done is mounted the Sigma 18-35, and again I'm keeping it at auto. And one thing I've noticed is that the camera, even in the auto mode, has set the aperture to f2. Let's just go back, so the background blur might be better, and let's just go back over here and see exposure. Again, as you can see, my face, it's having a little bit of issue if there is bright light over there, so that hasn't changed a lot. So yeah, this is a lot better, because this lens can simply take in more light. But again, a very quick sample in indoor lighting conditions with the Canon 200D. Again guys, this is in complete auto mode, so the ISO is being auto set by the camera. So guys, those were the sample shots. So with this Canon 200D, and this is the stock lens that you'll get, 18-55 mm. And guys, you're getting this one in multiple packages. As you can see, this one came with two lenses. I didn't opt for the lenses, I gave it back to the seller. I just opted for the body. For video, if you're just choosing this one, not for static photographs, I don't think so you will actually need the 15-250 lens that you get. So that way, I just checked Amazon. There is a good bundle right now going on that comes with the body, that is the 200D, and the 18-55 85mm lens, the new one STM, and that is costing about 39,500 or so, and I feel that is a very good deal. So again, if you're looking for a camera specifically for shooting video, definitely you can have a look at it. And the biggest thing that I like about this one is that you've seen with the sample shots also, my face was always in the focus, and if you even move around here and there, it also keeps you in focus. That's a big deal if you are a person who's going to shoot video and you don't have a person who's doing manual focus. So that's the thing that I really like about this. And let me quickly divide it between the pros and cons. The thing that I like about most Canon DSLRs is in terms of colors. The colors are very good. The skin colors come out really good. That's the same thing even with this 200D, because it's using the same sensor that the 80D has. And also in terms of focusing, it has the dual pixel autofocusing, so you don't have to worry about it. And it is also very light in terms of weight. That is something that I'm really appreciating over the Canon 80D. And if you're a person who is going to buy this and even do vlogging, then I would say it is a better option compared to even the 80D, because it's a lot lighter to hold. Now moving to the cons, the biggest con is that it does not support 4K. Even the very expensive, almost double the cost, the 80D does not support 4K. Canon is pretty shitty about that. Many of their lineup of cameras don't support 4K. So this one is also not supporting 4K. And also this might not apply to normal users, but if you are a very advanced user and you mostly use manual mode for video, then you can't set the Kelvin temperature manually. And also in terms of ISO, you can't do very granularly that you could do on the 80D. For example, it jumps from 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600, 3200. You don't get middle values like that you get on the 80D. Like let's say you can set the ISO to 500, 640, that you can't do. But again, if you are not going to shoot everything in manual for video, then I feel even the auto mode, the Canon 200D is a very good DSLR. And I would say if you are shooting a lot of video for YouTube stuff, then this is a very good DSLR. Again guys, if you want more in-depth comparison between the 80D and this one, do let me know in the comment section below. I can produce a different video. But overall, considering the value of this one, because it costs almost a half of 80D, this I feel is a very good camera for video work. So guys, that's it for now for this video. And if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.